and on virtual photo walks.
Well, hey there! Thanks everyone for joining us. I'll give you a quick intro now that we're past some of the construction machines. But my name is Dominic Phillips, and we're here today at the Honokohau Small Boat Harbor in Kona, Hawaii. And we were just going to take a walk, look at the harbor and look at the beach, and maybe see if we can find some turtles or some other wildlife here for you. So if you have any questions along the way, chat them to us on the chat channel, or you know, shout in my ear here, and I'll try to help you out and tell you what little I know about this area. And hopefully we'll just see some nice, beautiful sights along the way.
If somebody wants to dial into the YouTube, the question and answer app is turned on too, so you can use that.
So while you know, it's probably 1 o'clock or later where you guys are at, it has just passed 8 o'clock a.m. here in Hawaii, and so we have a lot of people getting the morning boats here out of the harbor, going on fishing trips. We have the humpback whales that are here right now. So hopefully, if we're lucky, we'll see if there's any activity out there this morning. We might see some splashes way out on the horizon.
Let's go out and boat sometime.
You know, I wouldn't mind that at all. I think we get okay signal out there, and as you can see, again, we've just had the sun has just come over one of the 5 major volcanoes that make up the island of Hawaii, and that way off in the silhouette there behind the light is Hualalai. That is the closest volcano to our area here.
Yeah, I think I do. You like my restroom? It's out of the bathroom.
Now that's not an active volcano. We only have really one, I think. Well, Kilauea, and then we have a couple craters off of her on the other side of the island that is currently flowing with lava. But these guys haven't in quite some time.
Do you guys want to be on for a while? Do you want to be on?
Alright, guys. I don't know why we lost audio again.
This is terrible.
I do buffering.
I know.
I see you, Patty.
I heard one.
This is Patty.
There's Hazel.
Okay. So he's got this. That's on mute. This one has always been on mute.
Never had ambitions of buying a boat out there, Dominic.
You know, we've thought about it.
Okay.
If we ever get to the point where we are full time, we'll probably get something. I don't know if I'm gonna, you know, get space down here, but thankfully, you know, we do live close enough that I can be down here in about 15 minutes in the morning. So, like I said, we're going to just see boat after boat, divers.
Yeah, it is.
We might see one of my favorites, Captain Dan, come by here. He's the gentleman I ride with when we go look at whales.
Both places. Good observation.
You sure it isn't Lieutenant Dan?
No, I know, huh? That.
Right? Is he there? Yeah, he must just have flown there because he was just in Colorado, right? Is that where he lives? I think he lives in both places. Actually, didn't he say his family's house in Hawaii?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah. Oh, it switched. Now it's only one.
Yeah, I do travel back and forth.
Oh, they can hear us.
Oh yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yes, you can.
I was reading up on this harbor, Dominic, and they blasted it all out.
Oh yeah. Yep. But
It's
yeah,
the
if you guys have any questions or comments, let us know. As long as my end's holding up.
Oh, you're crystal clear. This is so perfect.
Must not have been pink. Hey, Chris. Oh, yeah.
We're using the Verizon Jetpack that they generously lent us, and it really does an amazing job with the 4G signal.
Yeah, I have to say this.
Hey, Dominic, what's that tower you're walking to?
This guy right here. Well, one, we are just out on the point, but as you see, we have a ladder going up, and we'll get around to the other side. And I'm watching that, and that lists the harbor number here. Because as we see here, this is the breakwater out there, and we have a number of small boat harbors up and down the coast here. But Honokohau, the biggest, that just gives you kind of like airplanes have numbers out on their runway.
Oh.
All of these, and we'll see out at the edge here, we'll see other signs, and that's just kind of like address markers here.
Excuse me, Dominic, are you at the Big Island?
I am, yes. We are on the Kona side of the Big Island.
Oh, that's cool.
Thank you.
Heather, who was it that wanted to go to Hawaii? You said you had somebody there that... You? Okay. You ask Dominic any questions.
I have a question. How many people live in Hawaii?
Oh, well, on the Big Island of Hawaii, as far as residents, there are, I think, around 300,000 that live on the island, which that is actually, I think, around the general population of what the Big Island was before Westerners came.
Very good question.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Now the whole state of Hawaii, because now it's a little confusing because the Big Island's name is Hawaii, but the whole state, which has 7 major islands and a whole bunch of little ones, the whole state is called Hawaii also. So the state of Hawaii has, I think, millions of people that live there. On Oahu alone, which is where Honolulu is, I think there's more than 1 million people on that island. But it's a much smaller island.
What are temperatures there?
Temperatures. You know, we are probably right now in about the low 70s.
Wow.
So
Right?
it's winter time here too. You know, normally it would be a little bit warmer, and we've had a lot of rain the last couple days. But as we get further along this trail over here, we're going to see what one of the major differences from winter to summer there is in Hawaii. But we're gonna save that for just a couple minutes down the road here. And one of the hints on the big differences. So here we are at the harbor, which they did pick this specifically, like John mentioned earlier. They blasted out this area to make room so they could park all of the boats here. Because if you see out here, we have very nice calm water. So you can see a little splash over on the sides here. But in general, all the way out to that green buoy out there, you're pretty clear, and you'll see that's the main line that a lot of these boats take when they come in and out.
This is all man-made in here.
Now, when you guys think of Hawaii, you guys probably think of rainforests and lots of waterfalls and land like that. But the Big Island, at least where we're at on the Kona side, has almost desert-like conditions. So it can tend to be very, very dry here. And also we have miles and miles of lava fields.
Isn't it beautiful, guys? You like the palm trees and everything?
Yes.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Dominic, can you tell me what time it is in Hawaii?
Let's see, right now it is about 8:20 in the morning.
Just like you said. 8:20, you were right.
It's
5 hour
20 in
time
the
difference.
morning.
Hours zone.
Thank you.
And I'm taking a guess, on the 20. So.
Yeah, does anybody want to take pictures?
Yeah.
Chris, you were doing it. You want to do it again?
Sure.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, on a couple of these spots, I'll try and set you up with some good views here. Now you'll see that the ground here
Isn't it pretty?
is full of just a whole bunch of chunky rock. And that is what the entire island is made of.
You push.
Right there. Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah. Anybody want to ask him about rocks?
Yeah.
Oh, the lava.
Yeah. He heard you.
Yeah.
Look at him. You're thinking of everything today.
I think we might have, and I can even have my shadow pointed out to you.
Oh, cool.
So, in Hawaii, there are two main types of lava. Now, there are a whole bunch of other different little lava phenomenon that happen up near the volcano, but the whole island is made out of two main types. So this stuff, if we see here, this is the pahoehoe. So pahoehoe means that it has a smooth top to it. That is, it has to do with the temperature. So at one temperature, I think if it's very, very hot, we'll get pahoehoe because it flows a whole bunch at a time and then cools. And then the lava, which I think they got its name because of the sound you make when you try to walk on it. This comes from the lava, which that again is chunkier, and as the lava comes out, the lava comes really slow and then cools and then chunks off and chunks off. And if we get a little further down, we might see behind this row of trees here, behind these trees, there are just fields and fields of lava.
Yes.
So
Very beautiful.
so you can see it coming down kind of like rivers down the mountain. And different areas you can find out, how many years ago the lava flow happened, and the island is just dotted with all sorts of different lava flows from different years.
So guys, you
Neat.
see the path is
Thanks for explaining the rocks.
Yes.
Sure.
the path is sort of uneven and everything. We might not
Yes.
be able to get everybody there with their wheelchairs and walkers and things. But look at how great we get to see this live,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Are the other people seeing this from Tech Today too?
Yep.
From Buffalo?
Yeah, Buffalo
Yes.
today's there too.
Oh, so they're seeing it too.
Yeah.
So we have people from all over here today.
Yeah, you can't see everybody in our department here, but we have about 16 people watching. And I think Buffalo
Very
like
nice.
8 or so.
Definitely appreciate all you guys being here today.
So thank you.
They have no choice, Dominic. I phone them until they show up.
Ah, excellent. Excellent.
They can run, but they can't hide.
Oh. And a pineapple.
And if I'm up this early and without my coffee, you guys have to walk along with me too.
Yeah.
I'm drinking coffee too.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So this area, if we can see here, is the Honokohau National Historic Park. So we just took a little bit of a side trail. You can actually get to this via the main road, and there's about a 3.5-mile total hike that you can do, and that goes all the way around the park, and so you get to see a lot of a very cool ancient Hawaiian history here. So they have petroglyphs, which petroglyphs are kind of like ancient graffiti that people carved into the rocks. So we probably won't be able to get back to them because they're a little bit off the beaten path here. But it's kind of cool to walk around and see all of the stuff from the ancient Hawaiian civilization.
Are there many caves, or is the lava, lava wouldn't lend itself towards that?
Well, there are, some caves. A lot of areas. We have some lava tubes, which there's a lava tube, which the lava will flow in big tubes all the way down from the top of the volcano, and come up, miles away, and sometimes they'll be 20 or 30 feet wide. Oh, we're getting down to where it's a little windy here. Now, out in the ocean, there's lots of sea caves out there which haven't eroded yet. Those are things that scuba divers really like to explore.
Oh, get one.
Look how beautiful the water is.
We're taking pictures of that too.
I didn't remember I took a helicopter ride.
Yes.
That was so scary in my life.
Didn't certain coffee beans originate from Hawaii? Aren't they a big coffee hub?
Coffee is very big here. I don't know where coffee originated from, but I know out here we have Kona coffee, which is a very specific brand of coffee. And in my little area here, we don't have too much, but if you just travel south, which is that way, if you just travel south, you start going upland a little bit, and then it really starts to look like the tropical jungle areas, and that's where you'll see coffee plantations maybe every couple hundred feet.
Mm-hmm.
So you can
DJ.
You can stop on the side of the road and do coffee tastings.
Wow.
Let me go for a
I'd
coffee.
be so
Yeah,
glad
let's go.
that I would be for a week.
I have some friends of mine that have some orders every time that I come back. I have to bring them coffee. which is okay by me. That's okay by me. So this area here that we're starting to walk around in, I'll have to be very careful because a lot of this is protected over here.
Oh.
Oh, so you can't take it.
Oh yeah, you're not allowed to take rocks.
No.
Oh yeah. No taking rocks, and there's always folk tales that if you take lava rock from the island, that sometimes that can be bad luck or bad juju. But
we ordered one.
So this also is the area that we'll need to be careful about walking around.
There's no poisonous snakes in Hawaii?
No, there are not. We are lucky enough. Not that I don't mind snakes. I actually really like snakes. But in Hawaii, we don't have any snakes. We're so out in the middle of nowhere. They haven't gotten to us here yet. And a lot of bird species actually really flourish out here because they don't have to worry about snakes. So we're going to peek around this corner here, and you'll start to see some of the differences. Because if you were here with us last time, all of this water was very, very calm. But we're going to get out to the point here and see what kind of waves are happening right now.
Wow.
So a lot of these structures here, like this, you know, this whole area was used by royalty, as well as there were I think some older villages in this area for a number of reasons, and we'll walk around a little bit and maybe point some of those out. Over here behind me, and we'll loop around to that side here because we're almost to the end of the walk here in this middle area, and then we'll pop back over there. But there are some rectangles and walls that people have built up hundreds of years ago. That when the high tide came in, so we're just a little bit past high tide. I think high tide was maybe 2 hours ago. So all of this water raises up a little bit during high tide. And then with all of the waves and that water being there, a whole bunch of bigger fish get into this area. And then when tide goes out and the water goes down, all of these fish are stuck behind this wall here. So now you have an area where the ancient Hawaiians could then they would farm the fish. So then you could just go out there and catch fish really easy, and you could feed a large village that way. So these are some of the things that we are going to be staying off, because these walls here are hundreds and hundreds of years old.
Very cool.
Yes.
So these were here before Hawaii was found by Captain Cook and other sailors and
How big are the
explorers.
fish there, Dominic? How big are the fish there, Dominic?
Oh, the fish here. The fish here can get very, very big. So, you know, in this area, normally up close to shore, you're not going to get, you know, anything too big. But snorkeling, you'll see some goat and parrotfish easily that are like that.
Wow.
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 Well, now and those are just the ones in close to shore. If we go out further, where a lot of the fishermen that we've seen today in their boats, they're probably going about a quarter to a half a mile out, where the reef drops off, and then I think it's like a couple thousand feet deep, like 1,500 feet deep.
Wow.
And out there, you know, we have people that go fishing for marlin and swordfish. So these waves that are coming in here
Let's grab us a picture of the wave.
2 feet.
Zoom
feet
in.
to 4
Good question, ask them.
Yeah.
Oh, Dominic.
Yeah.
How's the temperature of the water? Is it cold? Is it really cold in the water?
You know, the water, we're in wintertime, and since we do have the big waves, it is a little bit cooler than normal, but I think the water is going to be in the high 60s, to low 70s, I think. So it's
That's
not,
warm enough to swim.
it's definitely warm enough to swim. A lot of times, you know, if I go out and do a snorkel, I'll wear a little suit that keeps me warm because I get chilly easily. But otherwise, yeah, you can kind of float around in it year round, and temperature's normally pretty good.
Thank you.
Does Hawaii have what they call dry heat, or what type of heat do they have?
That is actually a really, really good question for the Big Island, because we have every kind of heat you can have. So the reason why has to do with how many different zones of climate that we have. So the whole Earth has, I believe, 15 different climate zones, and so that's from upper tundra to arid desert and temperate and tropical. You would probably have to look it up to get all the other names. But our Big Island here has 10 out of those 15 zones. So last night there was a big weather report, because up on top of Mauna Kea, which is it's a really, really big volcano that is right up around here. That it was snowing there last night.
Where?
It was snowing where?
In Hawaii?
In Hawaii. Yeah. Again, it's on a volcano that's way out here, and Mauna Kea, she's the tallest volcano on the island, and I think her summit is at around 12,700 feet.
Yeah. 12,700 feet. That's high.
That is, it is actually the biggest mountain when you measure it from its bottom to its top, because its bottom goes all the way into the ocean, way down, and then way up here. So it has snow up there. On this side of the island, we have very, very dry heat, which we might be able to even see from here. Sometimes you can make out little strips here, and those are fields of lava, which it's very, very dry there. But then what will happen is we have so much wind here, and that's because all of that area is so hot that the air rises. And so it then pulls in this air from down here to fill that up. But the air down here has so much water in it that once it gets up mountain, once it gets up mountain, then it turns into rain again. So that's why you see on a lot of cartoons also, when they have one tropical island with the cloud at the very top of it, that's how islands make their own weather. So we have all sorts of different heat here.
Hey, Dominic, I want to know if you're a teacher. If that's what you do on your own.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I actually, by trade, am a stonemason. So these rocks, yep, I would break rocks for a living.
Oh my gosh. Is there a lot of work in Hawaii?
I'm sure there is. And, I started my business, years ago with a good friend in Colorado. And we always talked about trying to come out here during the winter time and work. Because the lava rock work out here is great, but it's also about half the weight of the rocks that we break back in Colorado.
Retirement gig.
Yeah, as you get older, you have to go with the lighter rocks.
Yes. yes, and then so.
How long are you staying there in Hawaii?
How long what?
How long are you staying there?
I'll be here for 2 weeks this trip. So we're about half a week down.
Would there be other rocks like on the Big Island besides lava rocks, Dominic, or is it like all lava flow?
Well, it is pretty much all lava flow. There will be some differences, and we'll see as we get over here into some of this area. It's not that we have different rock. grab a couple pieces here, is that when everything gets tumbled, we have coral pieces that come up. Grab some other lava rock here. So we have here our normal lava rock. So this is just a little piece, you know, that's been tumbled and ended up on the shore. But from all of the living rock out there, the coral, you'll have pieces that break off.
Oh, okay.
So this is actually kind of the skeleton of a coral reef. So little pieces get broken off, and then they get bleached out by the sun, and then tumbled and tossed up here. And we'll probably we might see some newer pieces down here, because like I said, we've had some pretty crazy weather. Sorry if we get a little windy here. But we are going to try and pop down here and search for some turtles and see if we can find something.
No, we want to find pirate's treasure.
Pirate's treasure?
Gold.
That's next week.
Gold doubloons, as they say. Spanish treasure.
Yeah. So I'm just grabbing a couple shots of the fish ponds here.
Oh yeah, make sure you take one for Kendra.
Stay there till you
Like
find
baby
it.
turtles? Aw.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know.
That's what we're gonna look for.
Awesome.
So one thing with the green sea turtles, they are a protected species, which means that we have to be extra careful around them, and they have special rules for how we interact with them. And I did just see I saw a little head pop up just down the way here, so we're gonna go say hello to that guy. Yeah.
He's gonna show us turtles.
Perfect. Thank you.
We're gonna see baby turtles.
They live in the water there?
I think they're hatching from the beach.
I don't know how they get there.
Well, these guys, they do bury their eggs in the in the shore here. But I don't know what their season is. Oh, look at that! There's one right here. All right, so I'm gonna take my slippers off here.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the turtle? Right off the.
Oh, I see him. Me too. Get a picture.
Oh my God!
Yay.
Now we did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta keep them in the water or they'll die, right?
Yep, exactly. They do breathe air, and but they can hold their breath when they're sitting here and they're just munching on some of this algae, which I'll see if I can get a shot of that here. So if you see down on the rocks here, we have all this fresh algae that's started to grow. If you see a little bit of green, that's what they're coming up to munch on. So since this area is nice and calm, so they'll come in here where they're a little bit more protected. And
Do they bite?
They are not aggressive. I've always wondered, when they do eat, I always wonder if, you're ever going to accidentally get chomped down on one when it's going for leaves. But no, they're not aggressive. But the one thing we do have to worry about is be very careful that we don't touch the turtles. And in fact, when they're sleeping or when they're at rest, you want to stay at least 20 feet away so we don't disturb them. And they will come up and and sleep on the shore, and they'll dry out. And sometimes you know if you're walking along and you're looking out at the ocean, all of a sudden you can look down and then there's a turtle right in your way. So you have to be careful for that.
I have a question.
Thank you, Dominic.
Sure.
For the weather that you guys had, when we had the really cold weather, Hawaii had a temperature that was 25 degrees for the overnight, and they said that was one of their record-breaking temperatures. What's the coldest temperature we've ever had?
Well, the coldest temperature, now where I'm at, down here on the seashore, it's going to stay pretty constant, and it's just going to kind of depend on what the wind is doing. We have trade winds that blow in different temperatures, but on average, we're going to be probably, I think, in the mid 70s to the mid 80s, which makes for good beach time.
Wow.
We'll pop out on this.
Dominic, you ever come to Buffalo?
You know, I haven't been to Buffalo yet. I think White Plains might have been the most north.
Formal invitation.
Well, thank you very much. Well, I love, you know, I always love to try and find, you know, other people on G+ and with virtual photo walks when I do get a chance to pop around.
If you do decide to come, make sure you bring your lunch on.
Oh, I will. I will.
We're trying to get
Yeah.
down here.
Yeah, if you come here, Dominic, you should try our pizza. We got the best pizza here.
Uh-oh. I will accept that challenge.
I'm starting out track.
Down the big island of Hawaii.
Some little birds out in front, Dominic?
There are. Well, I was trying to get some shots. This guy is it's some type of a plover, Plover. And if you see around him, I don't think he'll let us get very close. But there's all of these fish that are trapped in these shallow areas that are really trying to get away from him. Since he's over, we'll try to pop a little closer here. See if we can watch him do a little breakfast. So now one thing when I'm out here, especially during the winter season, which I don't know if I've told you yet, but the big difference in our weather is going to be the waves. So when you hear people out in Hawaii that they like to go surfing, the winter time is when they have the biggest waves. Sometimes you'll come here in summertime, and this will be just smooth as glass. So people are always surprised when they come to Hawaii because it is nice out here year-round, but we do have you know, different wave conditions.
Have you seen any whales yet, Dominic?
You know, I have not seen any whales. I've been keeping my eyes out on the horizon here. You know, the area that we're at, it does have a nice drop-off to deep ocean here, which the boats like, and sometimes you can see some humpback whales going a little south-north and then maybe north-south sometimes. And if I see anything, we'll focus on that. But the boats that you go on when they take you to go look at the whales, they're out there about a quarter mile to a half a mile out. And then that's where sometimes you'll see a lot of good whale activity.
There's a lot to do in Hawaii.
Yeah, I've been to Hawaii.
Wow, you have been to Hawaii? How long did you stay?
For a week, I think. A couple days. We went to Maui first.
To Maui?
Maui, yeah.
I've never been to Maui.
Oh yeah. I haven't been either. Yeah, a lot of people come out, and since there's 7 major islands, you know, they'll everyone normally has one that's their favorite, and quite often that's just the one you go to. They're all great. They're all great fun, I have to say. Take a look at some of the sea life here. You have to be careful when you're just out here walking around.
Oh, what is it?
Well, all of these guys are little crustaceans.
The little white ones?
Yep. You see the little white, and then also some black ones as well. Let's see if we can get the phone a little closer here.
Oh, I see it now. They're little bumps. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they close up, they can be kind of sharp on your feet. So you really got to keep an eye out for these guys.
Have you been to the island that's a heart-shaped island? Hawaii is unique for their heart-shaped islands.
Oh, I have not. I think that is one of the smaller islands up in the northwestern chains. And there's a lot of little islands there that I have not yet been to.
Well, I've only seen it on TV from watching The Bachelor, but it looks like a beautiful place.
Yeah, they're lucky to be able to film out there. Here, and we're doing a little bit of beach combing here, so we'll see. When I mentioned earlier that we have the coral, so this right here is a little more of a fresher piece. You can still see that it has a little bit of color left to it. If we see down, we can see some light purples. And you see all sorts of the little holes where all of the different little sea creatures lived at.
Good one, Chris.
And the little tubes here. So when you go out into the water, this is a living organism. So it'll be all covered with stuff, and you'll have little sea urchins down in the cracks that you don't want to touch. But it's sometimes fun to come out and explore what got thrown up on shore by the waves here. A whole bunch of shell pieces. Rarely will you find a full shell out here because it has been tumbled and thrown by the water. All right, we'll go back and see if we can see another turtle or not here.
Yeah, it's some good pictures of turtles.
It's the heart shape.
Oh, now this guy here, we also have beach crabs here. So a lot of these holes, and this one's a pretty big hole. I'll show you. Aha. So there's a pretty big crab down in there.
I don't remember if it was Hawaii or whether it was Guam, but one of those places has a crab as big as a garbage can.
Or if you manage to grab one of them, they might give you a pinch. But more often than not, they once we get within about 20 feet of them, they are zooming back down into their little holes there. So it's pretty tough to sneak up on one.
They're afraid, right?
Oh yeah, yep. Because we're much bigger, and crab is on a lot of menus out here.
Oh, delicious.
I don't know how they catch them, Dominic, with the crabs out there. They eat.
Exactly. Well, I think with the sand crabs, and I don't know which ones they cook or don't. I wouldn't mind finding out. But with the sand crabs, I know that's when you'll go out and dig for clams. So they're fast movers, but if you have a shovel, you can normally dig down to them pretty easily. And then there's also a whole different variety of crab. It's a black-shelled crab, And we haven't really seen any of them today, but out on these little peninsulas of rock, there'll be a whole bunch of little hard-shelled black crabs that anywhere from quarter size to about the size of my hand. And they can catch those with, they'll put in wire cages, you know, and just go and check on the cages every, you know, about once a day or once every other day.
I thought they were wooden cages with slots, and I'm like, you see on like Deadliest Catch and stuff like that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, you know, probably around here, you're probably right that they would use a lot more wooden cages. Traditionally, Hawaiians, they don't have metal on the island. So a lot of their early technology didn't have, you know, fish hooks, you know, originally were made out of bone. And so when Captain Cook showed up here with the metal, that was really really made a big difference. And kind of changed the way the Hawaiians lived. So around here.
Nice.
Yep.
What kind of foods do you have down there, Dominic?
Oh, we have all types. The farmers markets here have everything from all of your basic vegetables all the way up to all sorts of tropical fruit. So we have lots of papayas and mangoes, but we also have dragon fruit and longan and rambutan and apple bananas and ice cream bananas and 2 or 3 other types of bananas.
How about pineapple?
And we have pineapple, yes.
I like pineapple too.
A lot of the Dole pineapple you get is grown out here.
A lot of place where all pineapples come from, or we get them from up?
Well, I think we have a pineapple plantation on island, but I think the big ones are over on Maui and Kauai, as far as you know, acres and acres of pineapples.
Wait.
So this is an old temple location. So this is a heiau. So this is where the king and the royal, you know, the royal family, as well as you know, some of the priests or kahunas would be able to come down, and they would have their rituals or some rituals here.
Do you have coconut trees down there?
Let's see. You know, we do have a number of large palms here, and I'm trying to see if any of them have coconuts on them.
Oh, I'd love to see a coconut. Yeah.
Now there are a whole bunch of different varieties of palm trees, and some of them are coconut trees. We'll see.
Oh, and the
Oh, what's up there?
Okay, so you saw it too. I don't see it.
Yeah, it looks like an animal up there. But...
Looks like it.
Oh, I hear something. What's that?
We have a little gecko up there.
Oh.
Running around, and there are some. He's looking down at us. He's just a little spot though.
Little lizard, it's a gecko.
And then just next to him, there are just some little baby coconuts. So down here, since this is kind of a big public area, they're probably pretty good about getting the coconuts, since they don't want them to fall down on people.
Oh.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm over there.
Got a beachfront property there.
It's got a spacious floor plan. It's open, which is, you know, the new rave.
Right.
Love it.
This is just a beautiful area. Sometimes you'll see some weddings that happen down here, and a lot of the ancient Hawaiian religion is going strong here. So you'll see quite often local priests and priestesses working with other local churches and stuff in the area, and they'll come down and do their blessings on the solstices and other important days to the Hawaiians.
Party. Sure is.
I'm thinking that might be a great black and white shot, Dominic.
Oh.
Oh, you're right.
Did you get one more of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear what John said? That we change that into black and white?
You can convert that later, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That would be.
And we can Photoshop a bride and a groom in there.
You can Photoshop me in there.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Pineapple, good, Chris. That's great. I want to eat it. Do coconut next.
Yeah, do coconut.
Look up a coconut. E-O.
So, and also not a bad place to take a little break, because again the whole trail here is about 3.5 miles. Nice to get out of the sun here.
C-O. Twice. Coco.
Oh, and if we see all the way down, there's a tour group. If you can see the group of colors down here, this is a big area where they will take you to come take a look at a turtle. So I'm glad we managed to spot one this morning.
Oh, hi, Tour. Hi.
Let's say hi.
Hi, Tour.
Hello.
We saw a turtle just a little bit earlier, right in this main little pool right here. He was hanging out, but I haven't seen one in a little bit. Down where that crowd is, where they're looking down into. Were you down in that area, or? There's kind of some smaller tide pools that sometimes the turtles will hang out in.
Good picture.
Yeah, good luck.
Yes, I want you to see it.
Yeah, I like to see things.
So they were looking for turtles as well. So again, as you can see, a little bit since the tide has gone down, even just a little bit since we've been here, we have some more rocks poking out here.
Oh.
And in about 3 more hours, this water will drop even more, and you'll see full rectangles out here. And they'll have fish in them. So we will take a stroll out here too. Let's see.
Oh, beautiful.
Do we have any more questions for Dominic?
He's going to show us something good.
Are you in the water now, Dominic?
I am in the water. Here. We'll give you the 360 view here.
Oh, that's so cool. It's like being on the beach. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
He's going to show 16 and 17. Look at that view.
Oh, take pictures.
Nice. So good.
Oh, but we're almost there.
You guys, see? Now it looks like a postcard.
Yeah.
We walked all the way through that little structure. He walked us through there, and we looked up that tree. We saw the
I
gecko.
love palm trees.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's just beautiful.
Yes.
Look, we need to open a tech in Hawaii. Who
Yeah.
wants to sign up? The drivers would like to take us there too.
Anybody got a pilot's license?
You were
We can go to Bunny's house.
Or my cousin.
Let's look it up. Let's look it
Pizzeria.
up.
Review pizzeria there.
Look at that. Gloria, you want to give me a picture? That's gorgeous. Oh, this gets better.
Very pretty. That's kind of that's how
It is
I've
for-
had
I could
people.
get used to that.
If I was there every day, I would be in heaven.
That's the term.
Yeah, it's nice there, you know.
Likewise.
Would you say Christopher?
Yeah, I was looking for, I think most of the turtles that were here might have moved off out into some deeper water.
Maybe after all those storms, Dominic.
Oh, what's on the wall? There's a rock.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
Yeah, now later today, right across our point here is one of the premier surf spots in this area, and that area is called Pine Trees. And they call it pine trees because they have a certain type of, I think it's a yew tree, that looks like a pine tree. And when the Westerners first saw it, they just kind of assumed that's what it was. So the pine trees are no longer there, but it is a big surf spot.
Too bad we can't see some people surfing, but I think our time difference doesn't.
They got photos.
Yeah, it doesn't work out with this.
Those waves are getting bigger, aren't they?
Looks like we have a pretty nice set coming in here.
Keep your camera up.
And even some starting way out there. Yeah, and this is why you never really turn your back on the ocean. See a lot of people when they're just playing around, and they get out to come go sit on the towel or get some sun, and a wave hits them from behind sometimes. And
How big are the
Never
houses
fun.
down there, Dominic?
Houses, it really depends a lot from area to area. You have a lot of places that aren't much more than just a little beach shack, but then also you have huge multi-million-dollar beachside mansions.
Oh, that's nice.
And then there's also just a lot of just normal neighborhoods around here too. So it's a pretty big mix of places here. Slowly making my way.
Here's the surfers he was talking about at Pine Trees.
That's a good question. What's the closest resort there?
Oh gosh, let's see. Resorts. The area that I'm in isn't a big resort area. I think probably some of the more famous resorts, there would be Mauna Lani, which is Maunalani. That's going to be in Kohala, which is going to be a little bit north of here.
Oh.
So it takes me about 45 minutes maybe to drive there. But just past there is one of my favorite spots, which is Wailea, or 69 Beach, which we've done a couple of walks from there in the past, and we'll probably get on there again. We'll see if we can find where I kicked my slippers off. And still looking around for
the turtle stall.
Turtles here. Yeah. We'll go over and check the other little keiki area on the side. So keiki in Hawaiian, that's children. So the reason this is called a keiki area is that you can come here and you're not really in much danger. So the little ones, can splash around in the pool here. Whereas if we just look to our right, not so much a good area for swimming. At least the young kids.
That's a good way to describe the beach, keiki. Safe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one good part about getting out here at 8 a.m. local time is that we have the place to ourselves for almost a good hour. And then even when the people do start showing up.
Do you have any different animals besides turtles or lizards?
Any different animals out here?
Yeah, like how many different animals?
Gosh, you know, the Hawaiian Islands definitely have a lot of different animals, and the Big Island probably has some of the most, except for the birds. We have mongoose, which kind of look like little ferrets. They look like a ferret, except they're red. And they came here and they made a lot of trouble for a lot of the birds. So we have about 70% less birds on the Big Island, as say Kauai does.
Thank you.
And we also have pigs. We have pigs up in the jungle. Kailua pig is a big meal here. But we have also frogs. But again, we have no snakes here on the island. Here, we'll get up on the rocks here and see if we can find some of those black-shelled crabs here. Most of the time, they'll be hidden down in the little nooks and crannies here. But this is maybe, if we're going to see one, a good spot. We're sinking into the sand here.
I love singing.
Oh, should have got to turn off light. It's okay. Someone else is going in. Oh. Don't sweat it. Oh, we can hear the water lapping.
Move down to where it's rolling over here.
Oh, it's so pretty.
And you want to tell
Yeah, okay. Regular, please.
Regular clothes?
Yeah.
Okay,
nice.
Just enjoy the waves.
This looks so amazing. We did Hawaii last time too. I love it then, but it looks incredible today. I feel like I'm sitting in the water with you. It's like,
Yeah, he worked in the water and everything.
Well, excellent. That makes me feel so good because that is what we're here to do.
I know, and it's just, that's why I wanted to make
he was his feet right down the water.
with you. So thank you.
He's on the edge.
Anytime.
That's why we're doing the window.
You know, like I said, I'll be out here for about another week and a half. So I'm sure we'll be able to get John to organize another walk for us all here. I always appreciate his work on this too. You know, I'm just the guy that holds the camera here, so it's really easy for me. There's a lot of people and you guys on that end that really make it happen for everyone here. So I want to thank you guys.
We'll try to get you out on a boat and see if we can go whale watching, Dominic. I think that's next step.
Ah, not bad. Well, we are looking. You know, the only thing that we try to see. The only thing that we try to look for is if we start seeing them jumping on the horizon, then that's the time where it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a whale trip going.
A large white one, Dominic. A large white one.
The large white one?
Okay,
I'll chase him down until I get him. Hey, there she blows. No, we haven't.
That's funny.
Good one.
He's a good one.
Yeah.
Good one, John.
Yeah, as you see here, we have a group of a couple dozen tourists coming down, and they're probably getting maybe better information than what I can give you. You know, I always suggest it, you know, wherever you're at, especially these historical areas, there's always normally good information online that'll give you kind of the history of it, and sometimes will also give you some good views and photos. You can, you know, give you a good view of things, even if you can't get out there.
A lot of this clarity is due to fellows donating some next phones, which Dominic is using, and Verizon for donating some jetpacks, which in the 4G area, LTE in Hawaii, they do such an amazing job. We
weren't using the jetpacks last time. Did the Hawaii one, Dominic?
Correct. Yeah, we were. You know, since it's live. You know, it's a live broadcast, and the technology is kind of so new. We always try to, you know, we go with what we have at the time. But yeah, the jetpack lets me get out a little bit further than I have in other areas. So hopefully we'll be able to bring you good quality stuff like this from now on, and maybe get a little further back in the mountains in Colorado next time.
That would be really cool.
Oh yeah.
Airspace.
Well, excellent. Well, I think we're coming up on my battery life here.
Okay.
So I think we're going to sign off. Thanks everyone for joining. Appreciate all of your questions, and next time I'll try to learn more and maybe answer them correctly.
Great job.
We do appreciate you guys.
You're very
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye. Again with virtual photo walk.
Thank you.
Virtual photo walks. Virtual photo walks.